In this video, we're going to talk about calculating the time value of money, but now we're talking about present value. There is an amount of money that we know about in the future, and we want to find out what that money is worth in today's dollars. If you remember, inflation, rates of return in general, beat up on the dollar. So future dollars are not worth as much as present dollars. Money loses its purchasing power over time, primarily due to inflation. So the present value concept is a purchasing question. Should you buy an asset in the future? If you know what the value is in the future, you want to buy it today. What were you willing to pay for it today in order to get it in the future? It's kind of a strange concept, but the idea of time value is moving money forwards and backwards in time so we can analyze the solution to make business decisions. So let's assume that you are going to receive an inheritance. And if you remember about my worksheets, the yellow cells are always going to have the data, the blue cells have the answers, and of course we have the formulas here on the right. So let's assume you're going to receive an inheritance of $50,000 in the future. When do you think this money will come? Well, if you look at the will, right? The will says when you turn 35, you will get this $50,000, and you're currently 20. 35 minus 20 means there's 15 years. In 15 years, you're going to receive this $50,000. So the question is, if you can invest money today, let's say you're conservative and you can invest at 8%, what would that money be worth today in today's money? And the answer, as you see here, is this $15,762. So what does that mean? You would be willing to pay $15,762 today to buy this or to receive this asset, $50,000, sometime in the future. So let's make another example real quick. And let's make it a simple example. You think you're going to get $1,000. You can invest at 10%, and you're going to get that $1,000 in 1 year. What would that money be worth in today's dollars? It would be worth $909.09. So in order to receive $1,000 in a year, if you could earn 10%, you would be willing to pay $909.09. Well, let's see what happens. If you plug in this negative $909.09 here, what would the future value be? That would come out to be exactly $1,000. Now, this is something that's a little bit strange, right? This 909 in today's money is exactly equal to $1,000 in 1 year. They're equal amounts. They're just in different time frames, right? We can also apply, again, if we want, we could apply the differences in compounding, right? 12%, if you do it monthly, it's $1,004.28, right? So present value is a rather simple technique. It is moving money from the future to today. Let's do one more example real quick. Let's say your boss says, look, if you come to work for me, every year of your retirement life, when you retire at age 65, I will give you $100,000. So we need to ask two questions. That's great. He's going to offer you this money. First of all, we'd like to know something about inflation. So right now, inflation's a little on the high side. So let's say inflation is 5%. You're going to get this money, the first 100,000 you're going to get when you're 65. Again, let's assume you're 20. 65 minus 25 is 45 years. So let's change this. I want to change this down here to 1. What would that be worth in today's money? Well, if you look at this, it's what? That's only worth $11,000 in today's money. Wouldn't you like to receive $100,000 a year in retirement? The answer to that is yes, if you were retiring today. But if you're not going to retire for 45 years, that money relatively is only going to buy $11,000 worth of stuff in today's money. So what do you need? You need more like $600,000 a year. That's going to give you a reasonable retirement income, relatively speaking, today of around $66,000. Again, this is a concept that I find that many students have issues with, right? Because it seems strange. We don't really understand how money grows. It grows exponentially. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to chatting with you again. Bye-bye.